Hey guys, so I'm going to walk you through the process of making a design for a fabric transfer. So this is not sublimation, this is for a fabric transfer. So I'm just going to show you just a way that you could design it out in Cricut Design Space, and then you can take it from there. All right. So the first thing I did is I uploaded an image into Cricut Design Space. So I'm on a blank canvas here. I'm just going to click on upload. And this is the image that I actually uploaded into Cricut Design Space. I found this image on Google. So I'm just going to hit insert images. And I'm going to bring in a template here. I want a template of a t-shirt. So I click on template on the left-hand side. And then in the search field, I'm just going to type in t-shirt and search. And I'm going to choose this classic t-shirt. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to design this out based on a women's short sleeve shirt. And this is going to be a large. And the shirt, I'm just going to say, is yellow. All right. So if you've never used the template before for a t-shirt, that's how you can go in to get an idea of image placement or decal placement on a t-shirt when you're designing a t-shirt in Cricut Design Space. So I'm just going to unlock this lock proportions here. You can either do it here or you can do it right between the width and the height. It's the same thing, lock proportions. And if you leave it locked, then when you drag this little icon here to the right or down, what have you, it's going to leave the width and height proportionate. If you unlock it, then you're basically unlocking the proportions. So sometimes you can end up, I'm going to duplicate this. Hold on one second. So I'm going to show you what that basically means. If I go here and it's unlocked, when I drag it, you see how that looks kind of skewed? It looks like it's not proportionate. Like the head looks super long. You know, her head is from here to, you know, here. So it looks super long. Whereas if you leave it locked, then when you drag it, so I'm just going to hit undo. So when you drag it, like if I leave it locked and I drag it, then it's not going to change the sizing to make it look disproportionate. So everything will stay proportioned. So if you never realized or understood why you would lock or unlock this, it's not just about being able to have full access to drag it left, right, or up or down. It's about the proportions. Okay. So I'm going to go back here to my template and get my t-shirt again. All right, and we're going to put this back on a women's short sleeve for a large shirt. And we're going to take it back to yellow. All right, so the next thing is I'm just going to size this to where it's appropriate for the sizing of my shirt. Now, you do want to keep in mind that with Cricut Design Space, the largest you're going to be able to print is a 6.75 by 9.25. If you go anything larger than that, so you can see right here, I'm going to get this alert message. And that alert message is basically telling you that your image is too large, you need to reduce it, and it gives you the size. So if you ever forget what the size should be, just click on the alert that you get and it'll tell you 6.75 by 9.25. Now, with this being locked, if I type in 6.75 in the width, it's going to automatically adjust the height to what's proportionate for 6.75. Okay, so it's telling me that 7.822 is what it should be for the height. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that there. And Then the next thing that I did is I also uploaded a bumblebee. Okay. And so I'm going to click on insert images. And then what I did is I just took the bee and duplicated it, you know, and just got me a couple of them on the shirt. Now you can place these wherever you want to on the shirt, but I felt like it would give the shirt a little bit more character than just being just Beyonce by herself. Okay. Um, so yeah, that's what I did there. So, you know, you can place them in a circle if you want to, you know, kind of like that. And like that. Okay, so I'm just giving you some ideas here, guys. We know Christmas time is coming. We know there's people out there that love some of these girls. They love Beyonce and would love a shirt decorated like this so they can wear out and about to represent Beyonce. All right, so I'm not doing anything fancy here, but many different ways you can do this. Of course, you do want to make sure you bring those bees down a little bit because you don't want them all choked up on the neck. Or, you know, you could get fancy and put the bees here around the neck area to do something different. Okay. So that's one way that you could do it, and then you could just kind of scatter the remaining, you know, bees out. All right, so the other thing is, I'm just going to keep it simple here. And we'll go with the bees up top there around the neck area. All right, there's no right or wrong. I do want to tell you that there's no right or wrong here. This is just something that you're designing out to do something different with the fabric transfer other than just placing an image on the front of the shirt or on the back of the shirt. You can place image decals all over the shirt if you choose to. Okay, it's just easier with sublimation than it is with fabric transfer, but I don't want you to think that just because I'm showing some of the things that you can do with sublimation that you can't do some of these things with your fabric transfers. Okay. Um, and then if you wanted to get really creative, you know, you could even add a couple of bees onto the sleeve. Okay, so doesn't have to be just an image here on the front. There's other things that you can do with placement when it comes to, you know, your designs. So you guys know I like to do a bunch of different things. So that's just me. Gotcha, me, y'all. All right, so, you know, however, whatever. All right, so nothing fancy. All right, so let's say this is our shirt. We're starting out here. This is fabric transfer. So if I was doing this design truly on a yellow t-shirt, then I would use the light color fabric transfer, which means that I would want to mirror my image. And you would mirror your image because with your light fabric transfer, you're going to place it face down onto the t-shirt and then iron it directly onto your, you know, your t-shirt or whatever you're ironing it on. All right, and then the other thing is just I added her name. So I'm going to show you since we have the bees. I did BEYHIVE, so we're going to go ahead and keep it simple, just like that. Just like that. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a cute little font to use here. Let's see. Never tried this before. What does that look like? This is sometimes where I get caught up because I start playing around with fonts, but I don't want to keep you guys all day. Just trying to give you some ideas. All right, that's kind of cute. And then I could put the curve on this to make it kind of go up. Not that far up, Doris, but kind of like that. All right, so that's our shirt. So let's say that we're gonna go ahead and get this ready to do fabric transfer. So what I would highly recommend is that you, because you're gonna need your spacing for your Beyonce. You want it to have its sizing. So what I would say is to take your bees and click on all of your bees. And we may not be able to get that one without getting Beyonce. I knew that was going to happen. I knew that was going to happen. Okay, there we go. So what I would say is to take your bees, you know, and since this is going to be a fabric transfer, is to group your bees because you can go back and lay them however they need to be actually on the shirt. But you know that you need to have, what's that, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bees. And you want to take and place these bees on the shirt. So let's do it this way. And I'm only going to tell you to do it this way because this will be easier for you to get them all printed out at one time. And then you just kind of cut and lay them wherever you need them on the shirt. Okay. There's no right or wrong, guys. This is your design. Nobody can tell you that your bee is, you know, not right, you know, because it's your shirt. It's your design. So I'm just turning these around so that they're all going in the same direction. And then you'll see the method to my madness. Okay, we'll just throw this in somewhere. All right, so I would take all of my bees and I would go ahead and group them and flatten them. And that way you'll be able to get all of your bees in one design. I would take the BEYHIVE and I would go ahead and this is going to actually be vinyl. I would make this vinyl instead of fabric transfer. But the BEYHIVE would be a cut. So I would go ahead and attach that so that it'll all, you know, come out in that curved shape for you. And then I would go ahead and click on make it. So when you click on make it, you're going to have a fabric transfer, which is your iron on, and all of your bees will be printed out on that one. Now, I would not, if I were you, I would not cut these out with your cutting machine. Just cut them out by hand and place them on your shirt wherever they need to go. Would be much more easier than trying to have your Cricut to cut these. The reason I say that is because you have these very thin lines, and I'm pretty sure Cricut is going to chop those up for you. Okay, so and plus there's no insides here, so it would go in and cut out these insides as well. So do not do that. Instead, just, you know, get you a pair of scissors and cut out your bees. Now, once you do that, and you want to make sure you mirror, okay, you're going to mirror because this is going to be on light fabric transfer, okay, and then you have your BEYHIVE here, which is going to be in vinyl, and you see how it has that curve on there for you. So you'll have your curved letters for you to use vinyl. And then once you get those two things out of the way, you've gotten those two things done, then I would take and hide my bees and hide my font here, my letter. and then I would bring Beyonce back and then just go ahead and make it. Now for Beyonce, you would do the same thing. You're going to mirror because it's fabric transfer. Okay. So when you put her on your t-shirt, now you can have Beyonce to cut out because this is going to be a pretty simple cut. Okay. So you can have your cutting machine to cut out Beyonce for you, or the likeness of Beyonce, have it to cut out that for you. And then you're going to place it face down, the image face down on your t-shirt. But one of the things I try to tell people is when you're unsure, you know, how everything is supposed to look, just make sure when you're designing out, and let me see how far this is going to let me go back. I'm just trying to see. All right, give me one moment. Okay, so this is what we had, and then we had Beyonce right there. So it looks a little weird because we don't have the t-shirt, so I'm not going to put the t-shirt on there, but this is the design that you had. I always tell people, you know, if you're working with your laptop, use your print screen, and I can take a snapshot of this, you know, so that I can remember. I can just take that to, let's say I'm over here in PowerPoint. I can just take that and place it in PowerPoint so I can remember what my design looked like. I had 2 bees on the sleeves, on each sleeve. Then I had a bee under Beyonce, BEYHIVE going that way, and then the bees going around the neck, okay? So that's one way to remember your placement, because everything is not going to be printed out all nice and neat on one sheet. Like if you were doing sublimation and you had the ability to print larger and get everything on one sheet, okay? So that's what I wanted to show you guys today. I never want you to think just because I'm trying to include more craft types like the sublimation into the group now, that I'm only focused on sublimation, because there are ways that you can still craft some of the stuff even if you don't have an Epson printer or I meant to say sublimation printer that you can actually use to do these sublimated projects that I'm showing in the group. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys that. And again, make sure you mirror everything for this project if you're using a light color t-shirt and you're using fabric transfers. Okay, if you are using a dark color t-shirt, then you would not mirror for dark color. Just follow the guidelines based on if you're using Josie, or if you're using, I forgot the other brand, but the fabric transfers. Make sure you follow the guidelines for the fabric transfers based on the brand that you have. All right. So just wanted to come out and show you guys that. That's another way that you can design out shirts. You don't always have to just put the image on the front and the image on the back. Get a little bit creative with image placements in other areas besides just that. All right, so and then there is a video tutorial in the group on how to create earrings, not earrings that are sublimated also. So you could also use this design to put on some earrings and then have your matching t-shirt along with your matching earrings, just like I had for the sublimated project that you might have saw. All right, if you have any questions, comments, concerns about anything you saw here, then feel free in letting me know. I'll be more than glad to help you. And if you are currently subscribed to my YouTube channel, thank you so much for being subscribed to my YouTube channel. If you're not and you are seeing my tutorials for the first time, then please like, share, and subscribe, and hit the bell notification, because I do place lots of video tutorials on the different crafting projects on my YouTube channel, and then I upload them to my Facebook group. And my Facebook group's name is Candoris's Cricut and Creative Crafters. It's a Facebook group, not a Facebook page. All right. All right, guys, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. And as always, my motto is each one reach one so that each one can teach one. And you guys have a great day.